Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is September 15th, 2023, and a former Spanish referee has confirmed that there's no way that Negreira could have helped Barcelona. Also, the club have identified two free possible signings for the winter transfer market. And finally, it's reported that Barcelona are currently tracking a new and exciting talent at Real Betis. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way in helping this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kit bag. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, not just on Barcelona matches, but any sporting event around the world, make sure you hit the Bet Us. Both links are down below in the description. And now I'll begin with the news that a former Spanish referee by the name Antonio Lopez Nieto has confirmed that there's no way that Enrique Negreira could have helped Barcelona. Now, by now, you already know that an investigation was opened into Barcelona in regards to the hiring of the former referee Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira as a consultant for the club between the years 2001 and 2018, where Barcelona paid him a total of 7 million euros. And while Negreira was consultant for Barcelona, he was also the vice president of the Committee of Referees, which prompted the Spanish prosecutor's office to open an investigation into Barcelona to see whether the club had bribed referees through the hiring of Enriquez Negreira. Now, after several months of investigation, the prosecutor's office has determined that there is no evidence to prove that Barcelona had bribed referees through Enriquez Negreira, and instead they have switched the focus of the investigation on whether the former Barcelona presidents like Bartomeu and Sandro Rosé had stolen money from the club through the Enriquez Negreira company. Now, since the prosecutor's office determined that there's no evidence that Barcelona bribed referees or try to influence the outcome of any matches through Negreira, then the Madrid-based media have been spinning a new hypothesis in the media, stating that Barcelona did not directly bribe referees by giving them cash through Negreira, but instead that they influenced the outcome of matches by using the promotion and demotion system, where Negreira would promote referees from the second to the first division, and in exchange they would rule in favor of Barcelona because they would get the benefit of an increased salary, because of course when you get bumped to the first division as a referee, you do get a significant raise. Well, today, a former referee by the name Antonio Lopez Nieto has completely disproved this hypothesis and completely shown that there's no way that Negreira could have helped Barcelona, because Lopez Nieto was actually a referee at the same time as Enriquez Negreira, and later on he was the person in charge of promoting and demoting referees, and he has indeed confirmed that Enriquez Negreira had absolutely no power in the promotion of demotion of referees. And he even said that Negreira had absolutely no influence in the Committee of Referees during the 16 years that he was one out of 4 vice presidents. So this completely disproves the new hypothesis that the Madrid-based media are trying to spin, that somehow Barcelona influenced the outcome of matches by only promoting referees through Negreira that would rule in favor of Barcelona, because it turns out that Negreira had absolutely no power to do this. So there's no way that Negreira could have helped Barcelona through the promotion and demotion system, which takes us back to the prosecutor's office conclusion that there's no evidence of bribing referees or influencing matches on behalf of Barcelona, and that instead that it's most likely that the previous Barcelona presidents Bartomeu and Rosé were using Negreira in order to steal money from the club and in order to launder that money as well. Now, speaking of Real Madrid, the time for a Clásico match has been officially confirmed by La Liga, and the match between Barcelona and Real Madrid will be played on October 28, 2023 at 4:15 p.m. Spanish time, which means it will be 10:15 a.m. here in the East Coast of the US, which that makes it 7:15 a.m. on the West Coast of the United States. Now, speaking of Barcelona matches, as I reported in yesterday's video, the entire first team are now back in the city of Barcelona, and they're preparing themselves for the match tomorrow against Real Betis. And as I also reported before, there are currently planned many rotations on the team. given that many players of the first team participated and played many minutes in the international break, and that includes Lamine Yamal, who played both matches for Spain. Now, it's reported that Xavi Hernandez and the technical staff have devised a special plan for Lamine Yamal, where he's gonna be rotated a lot in the upcoming matches, with his minutes being distributed across these matches strategically, because not only has Lamine Yamal played every single match of La Liga, plus the 2 matches with Spain, we cannot forget that he's only 16 years old and he's not used to playing 2 matches per week. So it's very important that we protect Lamine Yamal and protect his development. That way he does not suffer any serious injury that could end up hindering his career. Now, even though Lamine Yamal is one of the best right wingers currently, the best right wingers on the team, I would still prefer to see Ferran Torres or Rafinha start these matches, because after all, the pressure or the responsibility of the right wing should not fall on the shoulders of a 16-year-old. And I think if Lamine Yamal can come off that bench, I think he would even perform better, because without that added pressure, that added responsibility of the right wing, I think Lamine Yamal would be able to express himself more with the ball. Now, I'm very happy to see Barcelona taking extra precautions with Lamine Yamal in order to protect his health. This is something that I've mentioned many times in my previous videos. I've said many times that Lamine Yamal, despite how good he is, he's only 16 years old and he cannot be starting every match. So I'm very glad to see Barcelona taking these extra precautions with the youngster, because after all, he does have a very long career ahead of him, and we need to protect the career and we need to protect the crown jewel of La Masia. Now, as I reported in yesterday's video, La Liga have handed Barcelona a big blow with the new salary cap, because even though Barcelona reduced their wage bill this past season from 600 to 400 million euros, La Liga have still slashed Barcelona's salary cap to 270 million euros, putting Barcelona currently 134 million euros above the salary cap, which hinders Barcelona's ability to sign any new players, especially in the winter transfer market. Now, it's reported that Barcelona are currently studying different plans and different options of what they can do in a winter transfer market in case they do want to sign new players, because as I reported before, Barcelona are hoping to sign a new pivot so he can alternate with Oriol Romeo. And it's reported that Barcelona have already identified 2 free possible transfers that they could sign in a winter transfer market, because again, given the current financial fair play rule restrictions, it's nearly impossible that Barcelona will be able to pay a transfer fee for any players. Now, these 2 options are number 1, Jean-Philippe Gbamin, and the number 2 option is Joshua Guilavogui. Now, Jean-Philippe Gbamin is a 27-year-old defensive midfielder who just left his current club, Everton, so he could arrive in Barcelona as a free transfer or as a free agent. And the second option, who's Joshua Guilavogui, he has actually played in La Liga for Atletico de Madrid, but he was previously at Wolfsburg, and he has also left his current club, so he could also arrive in Barcelona as a free agent. Now, you might say, what is Barcelona thinking with these 2 options? They're obviously not 2 optimal or ideal players for Barcelona, but this is the current state that we are. Unfortunately, because of this huge blow with the financial fair play rules and the salary cap, Barcelona cannot afford any better players. So this is the current state that we are, thanks to no other than Javier Tebas. Now, speaking of possible substitutes for Oriol Romeo, it's reported that the option to sign Fabricio Diaz is no longer possible, because the 20-year-old Uruguayan midfielder has decided to join the Qatari club Al Ghirafa, and it's reported that he will be signing for 5 seasons. Now, Barcelona did try to sign Fabricio Diaz in the past. However, they were unable to do so because his price did increase, especially after he won the Under-20 World Cup with Uruguay. And now it seems that Barcelona will not be able to sign him at all, because he has decided to join the Qatari League, which in my opinion, I think is a huge mistake, because after all, he's only 20 years old, and to make the move so young, I think it will definitely have a negative impact on his career, but hopefully we will see him in Europe in the future. Now, speaking of midfielders, it's reported that Barcelona are currently tracking the young and promising Real Betis player, Rodri Sanchez. Now, Rodri Sanchez is a 23-year-old attacking midfielder, which reported that Barcelona are very interested in signing him because Xavi Hernandez sees the reflection of Bernardo Silva in this young player. And not only can Rodri Sanchez play as an attacking midfielder, he can also play both as a right winger and also as a left winger. Now, Rodri Sanchez is described as a player with an incredible left foot who can play the role of the number 10 man, where he has incredible dribbling skills. He has really good vision of the field. He can distribute the ball really well. He can push the ball forward, and he can also create pretty incredible plays. Now, it's reported that Barcelona are very interested in signing Rodri Sanchez and are hoping to sign him in the summer of 2024. But of course, this will require lots of negotiations because Real Betis are going to be hesitant to let one of the most promising and exciting young talents. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.